Okay, so I'm going to start with my mining project. I've got my cookie and I've measured the mass of it. It has, 11.5 grams. Remember, the packaging said each cookie should be around 11 grams, so that was a pretty accurate assessment right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cookie and I'm going to choose where on this grid that I'm going to put it. Now, you notice there's all kinds of things on this grid. There's deer habitat, there is rich topsoil, there is water, beautiful vistas, and trees. What I'm going to do, because I think the part that's going to be the hardest to manage, like reclaiming or doing damage to, is the water. So I'm going to try to place my cookie in such a way that I touch very little water. Here I've got 1, 2, 3 squares of water. If I put it right over here, it's possibly touching 2. So I think right here is where I'm going to start. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a very good job of pointing the camera. I'm going to go right here because right there I have the fewer water. I'm going to get rid of some trees, but I can plant more trees. There's a beautiful vista, and only one wildlife thing is going to be affected by that. And wildlife can come back once you've reclaimed it. So now I am going to trace around my cookie and start my cookie mining operations. Okay, so I did 5 minutes of mining. There at the end, I spent a lot of time working on this one chunk of chocolate and went flying off the table and onto the ground. And I think Bella might have eaten it. Did you eat it? Bella, did you eat that? I think she ate it. So anyway, that kind of represents some of the things that can go wrong as you're doing mining. So the first couple of chocolate chips were right at the top and easy to get to. And so sometimes you'll see mineral deposits that are very easy to get to and they require less cost. As I took those out, the other ones required a little more digging there. Okay, so I'm going to put my chocolate chips aside and measure the mass of those. Then I am going to try to reclaim the land. In other words, I need to use just my tools, just my paper clips there, to put the cookie back where it was as best I can. I have 2 minutes to do that. Here we go. Okay, so let's see how I did here. I've got, it said 1.2 a second ago. Now it says 1.1. There it is, 1.2. I've got 1.2 grams of chocolate. So I'm going to put that in here. And let's see, 1.2 times 700 to be 700 plus, time out. $840. Blank squares no longer covered by cookie. That would be 0. Seems like extra squares is 0. All right, so it's time for me to fill out this form here and see how I do. Okay, so here's my final numbers. I'm in the hole for $1,060. So mining is hard. I think the value of the material I took out, had the price gone up, you see right here, times 700. If the price of chocolate chips goes up, this mine could be profitable. In other words, it would probably have to be twice that much to be profitable, because I'd have to double that just to, no, I'd have to be more than double just to break even. It'd have to be more than that. But anyway, that's how the cookie crumbles.